Hello everybody, welcome. I cannot believe it's already Tuesday at 10. I am so excited to show you how to make our fun shelf sitters. We have 3 new ones we've just released. Our little white bunny, our gray bunny, and our gnome bunny. The gnomes are just so cute, you can't help but make a bunny out of him as well. In our class today, I'm going to show you how to make the gray bunny, and the same techniques can be used for all of our shelf sitters. So I hope you enjoy. Let's get busy. Well, let's get started. Our shelf sitters are so cute, and I chose to work on the gray bunny. We have the darling little gnome bunny. I don't know if you had seen him already, but we'll do the same thing that we're going to do with our gray bunny. And we also have a little white bunny. So they are just so cute. We're going to have fun building our little bunnies. So, a couple of things I did want to tell you before we got started is our shelf sitters are made on a thicker paper. That allows them to stand and have some nice structure to them. And also, we print them with black on the back. So when you have all your pieces put together, the back has a nice finished look. So, a couple of things. We don't want to get rid of that guy. A couple of little details to notice. We have a cute little whimsical sketching outline, which makes them easier to cut out. But you also want to remember you do not need to cut things out exactly. I want to show you just a couple of little tricks. So right now I am using a little pair of scissors. And the first thing I like to do is just cut it into a smaller piece so it's easier to work with. And then just trim around. Now, if you don't get it cut exactly, there isn't an exactly, actually. So if there's a little white showing, that is just part of its whimsical nature. So just cut out. And remember to turn your paper instead of your scissors. It makes it a lot easier to do this little fancy cutting. So we just about have that little flower cut out, and you can see it goes pretty fast. These little shelf sitters are so fun and easy. Now I'm going to cut the leaves out using these big scissors. Some people think that's just, they won't even try it, but I am surprised how easy it is. I'm going to show you one other little trick using these, cutting out these little leaves. So I'm leaving a little bit of white space, just because that's kind of fun. You know, watercolor paper, watercolor paintings, they have some white space, and it just adds a little more personality. So remember, you don't have to cut it out perfectly, but notice what I did here. I have left a little tab. That makes it so much easier if you go to hook a flower on. You have some place to actually adhere. So you could put a little double-sided tape or some mounting tape. I'm going to go ahead and just use some double-sided tape and hook those 2 pieces together for now. We're going to use them again in a minute. So we've just got those pieces. We'll set them aside for now. And then going through here, there are lots of little flowers that we have sprinkled in. This is a little bow. Now, if you have the smaller bunny cut out, then you could use this for a bow tie. There is a boy one, you could be a bow tie, or for the girl, it could be a little bow for her ears. There's a little Happy Easter sign. We've sprinkled little flowers around. We also have another nose that you could cut out and mount on top of this off his bunny, or his body, sorry. And that just gives a little more dimension, I think makes it a little more interesting. Then the second sheet, we have his cute little bunny feet, his little carrot snack, his hands, some bigger flowers, and then this is the easel, and this is what makes it stand. So I have gone ahead and I've got all the pieces cut out, but you would be surprised. I was just sitting watching a little movie. You know, we're kind of homebound a little bit. And so I was watching a cute little Hallmark movie and cutting out my bunnies. I bet it only took me about 10 minutes. It was so easy. Oh, but a couple of things I want to tell you before I forget. I didn't cut out all the flowers because I thought I'm probably not going to use them all, but I just left them in the pieces. I trimmed them away from the other scraps, left them in pieces, And then they are so handy to have on hand. Like you can make this little thinking of you card just with your little pieces of flowers that are left. So simple to create a whole nother card with your leftover pieces. And to make it even easier, I don't know if you have noticed on our website, but we have our bits and pieces organizers, and they're just filled with sheet protectors so you can put your little bits and pieces inside, whether you want to categorize them by flowers or colors, that's up to you. And then we have another organizer, and it is our card organizer. And I just grabbed one quickly, wasn't thinking about it, but it actually comes with the calendar that goes inside with the little strip down here. So if you slip your cards in here, you could have a list. You could have a list of all the birthdays over in this little sheet that comes with it. And I grabbed one without, and I'm so sorry. But as I got thinking, and we have more and more card cutouts, I'm like, I think I want to go to the big card organizer, but use it for my bits and pieces. So they actually come in 4 different colors. They are melon, forget-me-not, black, and red. So you can look at those on our website. That is just a little fun tip for you. So we have our bunny cut out. And I think when you are adding pieces, it just gives a little more dimension and personality to your project. So I have my nose cut out again, and I am going to go ahead and put some mounting tape. You could use mounting tape or foam tape, or they have little puffy dots, I think they're called. So whatever you want. In fact, sometimes I have even taken a little piece of cardboard and just put double-sided tape on it, just because I wanted to give that little bit of a dimension, so it just pops. Okay, so we have that, and then we have this cutest little carrot, and you've seen in pictures, we just added the little flowers to it. So we're going to use him as part of our little bunny that we're making. I wanted to show you, so here the little gnome guy, he's holding the carrot. Isn't he so cute? And then this little shelf sitter is holding the carrot, but he has the Happy Easter sign as well, and I think that is a fun twist. And then this sample here, Kay actually made this one. I think it's so clever too. She took the flowers, she has layered them, and then she just drew a little black line, put the leaves down below, and made like the bunny is holding a little bouquet of flowers with this Happy Easter sign. So, and a little flower up on the ear. So many cute things that we can do. Okay, back to our guy here. Now, I told you that we have a little bow, and you can use it just like this and add the little knot. And if I were going to do that, I would use some mounting tape to give it a little more dimension. But I wanted to use our little flower that we had cut out earlier. So I'm just going to take a little mounting tape, put on the back here, and remember we'd already stuck the leaves on with double-sided. And then I'm going to put a little mounting tape on the back of the bow too, so it's going to be double thick there. And I'm going to put it on both sides of the piece of the bow. If I can get the back off. And then I think I want it to go up like this. And then we'll just press it in place. But you can see how we're starting to build some fun dimension. In the pictures, Kay had actually added a little easel to this. And she just made it out of some of the scraps. And you can just use the easel that comes with it as a little pattern. But you just want, it's almost like a triangle with a flat top and then pinch the bottom off there. And she had made a little easel for this guy so he would stand next to the shelf sitters. But I'm going to use it with our bunny like that because I loved the flowers. And I'm going to use mounting tape again. You can see how easy this. You would have so much fun doing it with your children or grandchildren. And they're honestly so easy. It wouldn't be hard to make them and send as a little surprise in the mail. You could drop your little shelf sitter in the mail to somebody. Okay, and then we need our hands. And because we had already used puffy tape on this, I want to use puffy tape again on the hands. We just kind of position them as though they're holding our little carrot. So we may end up moving that hand when we get our feet on, but we're going to go ahead and work on our easel next. So I'm just going to slide this over. I'm going to bring my easel out. It's all cut out, and this one is black on both sides, so it doesn't matter which side you use, but there are some little dashed dots here that you probably can't see in the camera, but that I can follow along. And I'm using a cutting mat, but you could put some chipboard down the back of a notebook, a little couple sheets of paper. You just need something that allows the tool to, when you apply a little bit of pressure, it's just going to create a little bit of a dent. And the reason we do that is it allows the paper to fold easier without cracking as much. It just makes it a nice, clean, sharp fold. So we have both of our score lines. It's just 2 score lines, and then you simply fold on your score lines, both of them going the same direction, and then you're going to add some double-sided tape. You don't need to use a mounting tape for that. Just put a little bit of this along the back. And then what we have found works the best is you have your bunny, and then you just align this almost to the bottom and just try and position it. And then your easel will stand like this. And now I'm just going to take, and I think that stands pretty straight. So that's the trickiest part maybe, is just making sure he stands straight. But you can always touch it up, so it's not a problem. And then we just position our feet. And I'm going to use mounting tape again. I really like mounting tape. I love the dimension it gives, and it's so easy to use. The hardest part, I think, is getting the lining off this little strips I've cut. So we're just going to place the little feet on. And you can see I've got some little white edges showing here from when I cut it out. It really is not a perfect or exact cutting job, so don't let that worry or concern you. This hand was a little bit in the way, so I just kind of pulled it off so I can reposition. And now maybe I'll just move the whole carrot a little bit. I'll turn it this way so you can see it a little bit better. And maybe it'd be good to do the carrot after you've done the feet, so you know where things are positioned a little easier. But either way, it doesn't hurt to be able to just move it and arrange it how you want. So there you go. You can see how cute and easy the shelf sitters are. And don't forget to save your pieces for other projects. There are so many fun things that you can do. Thanks for stopping by.